In this video, we are going to learn how to access a member inside an object. We all have learned so far that an object or a class can encapsulate both data as well as method member inside them. But how to access them? That's what we are going to learn in this video. Most of the object-oriented programming language like C++, Java, they support this dot operator to access a data or a method inside an object. So just consider this example. Here we have two different variables, var1 and var2, and then we have function1 and function2 defined inside this class called a class. Now, in this line, what we have done is we have defined an object of a class. So an object is an instance of the class called a class. And after that, as you can see in this line, I have accessed the variable var1 using this small dot operator. So an object dot var1 is used to access this var1, and the same way an object dot function1 is used to access this function1 from this object. Now always remember, let's say this an object. Now if I write another object, let's say a class, then this is an object, and let's define another object like this. Now if I just do like another object dot var1, if I do this var1 is totally different from this var1. Or even if I do like another object dot this function1, if I do something like this function1 is totally different from this function1. Just think of it in this way. Whenever a class is basically the concept, it's just like your dream car. It is not actually taking any space in the real world. In the programming context, it means it does not occupy any memory space. Now, whenever you are defining an object like this, so what it is doing inside the computer memory, it is creating an object with this name, this an object. And inside this an object, it has all the different variables and the functions that are inside this class. So this one has var1, var2, function1, and function2 also. And whenever you are doing this another object, what it will do, it is basically creating another object like this, and this another object has its own instance of variable 1, var1, var2, function1, function 2 like this. So this var1 is completely different from this var1, as you can see in here, because both of them are different objects. I hope this is clear. Now the other thing that I would like to share here, if everything is public, then that is okay. But just few minutes back in the previous video, we have learned about this private variable, private keywords. So whenever we will use this private keyword before any variable, then you cannot use this dot operator to access that variable or access that member. That is one of the very important concept of object-oriented program. If you use private here, you cannot directly access it through the dot operator of an object. You will get an error in this line. And at that time, actually, you have to use, if you want to print the value of var1, you have to call this function 1 to print the value, to access the var1 like this.